Hej allihopa! Today we are going to talk about Swedish sentence structure. It's called ordföljd in Swedish, and in this video we are going to cover things like subjekt, verb, adverb, V2-regeln, and we are going to focus mainly on main clauses, also called huvudsatser in Swedish. So why is ordföljd, sentence structure, so important? Because depending on how you structure your sentences and if you use correct sentence structure, your Swedish can either sound natural or it can sound quite unnatural. So even though other people might understand what you are saying, it would still not sound fluent and it might sound a bit awkward. Sometimes even the meanings might slightly change depending on the sentence structure that you have used. So sentence structure is really important to get right in Swedish, and that's why I'm covering it in today's video. Later, I can make some more advanced videos if you're interested in that, if you're interested in more advanced sentence structure. However, today we will focus on the essentials so that you can build a strong foundation when it comes to speaking Swedish correctly. You have to know the rules to be able to break the rules. Please follow because your support means a lot. And let's get into it. So here on the screen, now you can see the most basic sentence structure. Subjekt, verb, objekt. So for example, jag, subjekt, äter, verb, en smörgås, objekt. Jag äter en smörgås. I eat a sandwich. It's the same as English, right? Here are some other examples. Hon läser en bok. Hon läser en bok. Pappa spelar dataspel. Pappa spelar dataspel. So try one time to reorder these words to make a correct sentence. En katt, jag ser. So try to make the correct sentence out of this and I will let you know in 5 seconds. The correct one is jag ser en katt. Jag ser en katt. Subjekt, verb och objekt. So in these sentences, you can see that the verb always comes second, right? And this is something that's called the V2 rule. And that's something I'm going to explain to you now. So the V2 rule means that the verb always comes second in a main clause, huvudsats, in Swedish. And it doesn't matter what the first element is, the verb always comes second. The first element in a Swedish sentence is called fundament. Fundament. And in the fundament place, you can have subject, for example. You can also put object in the fundament place. You can put time there, for example. However, the verb always comes second. So for example, jag äter alltid frukost. This means I always eat breakfast, and you can see that the verbs comes in second place. Or, på morgonen äter jag alltid frukost. In the morning, I always eat breakfast. Here again, you put på morgonen in the morning in the fundament place, but it doesn't matter because the verb still comes in second place. Or if you put the object in the fundament place, like en smörgås äter jag nu. En smörgås äter jag nu. So this means a sandwich. I'm eating now. I'm eating a sandwich now. And here you have en smörgås, object in the fundament place, but äter verb is still in the second place. So try and remember this V2 rule when you make simple sentences like this in Swedish, and always try to remember about the fundament as well, and that it doesn't matter which word you have in the fundament, in the huvudsats, main clause, the verb should always be second. So with these 4 words, nu, jag, kaffe, dricker, try to make a correct sentence with the correct sentence structure in Swedish. I will give you 5 seconds. So maybe you noticed here there are actually 2 options. You can put jag in the fundamental place or nu. So there are 2 correct ones. Jag dricker kaffe nu or nu dricker jag kaffe. And no matter if you put jag or nu in the fundament place, dricker still comes in the second place. So what about questions? Well, actually questions that have a question word like varför, vad, när, they still follow this V2 rule. So for example, you would say varför är du ledsen? Why are you sad? Varför är du ledsen? Here again, varför is the question word and then är, the verb, is in the second place. Or när börjar vi? När börjar vi? This means when do we start? And here you can see that börjar, verb, is in the second position again. So when it comes to words, or I mean questions with question words, which are called frågeord in Swedish, you always put the verb second. However, there is one exception that you always have to keep in mind. If it's a yes or no question, which means that you can answer the question with yes or no, then the verb comes in first place. Because here you don't use any frågeord, you don't use any question words, so you start the question with the verb. So this is an exception to the V2 rule. Here are a few examples. Äter du frukost? Äter du frukost? Do you eat breakfast? Kommer pappa hem idag? Kommer pappa hem idag? Is Dad coming home today? And you can see in these 2 examples, you started the question with the verb. So as you can see here, you start with the verb, but then the second word is the subject, the subject. So pause this video and try to make a yes or no question in Swedish in the comments. I will comment and let you know if it's correct or if it's something wrong and what you need to correct. It can be a very simple question, or if you want to make it more complicated, that is totally fine as well. So one thing that's really important in Swedish is the adverb. Adverb. Because depending if it's a main clause, huvudsats, or a subordinate clause, bisats, the position of the adverb changes. But now when we are talking about huvudsats, main clause, the adverb always comes after the first verb in a sentence. So you can see here on the screen, again, the basic sentence structure. And you can see the position of the adverb here as well. And some examples of adverbs are alltid, ofta, aldrig, sällan. And then of course there are more, but these are some of the most common ones. So let me give you some examples. Hon går aldrig till gymmet. Hon går aldrig till gymmet. And here you can see that aldrig comes after the verb går. Hon går aldrig till gymmet. Jag äter alltid frukost på morgonen. Jag äter alltid frukost på morgonen. And this means I always eat breakfast in the morning. And you can see here again that alltid comes after the verb. And the reason that adverb is so important in Swedish is because the sentence structure here is different from English. If you listen to the sentence, I always eat breakfast. So here always comes before eat, right? However, in Swedish, jag äter alltid frukost. Alltid comes after the verb. So this sentence structure is completely different from English, and you need to pay special attention to it. So look at this sentence, jag aldrig dricker kaffe, and try to correct it. I will give you 5 seconds. I think you got it right. You see here the adverb is in the wrong spot. So it should be jag dricker aldrig kaffe. So this is the very, very basic sentence structure in Swedish. There are a lot more nuances and a lot more details, special cases, and so on that I want to teach you. However, we are running out of time because this video is already getting quite long. I can make a follow-up video with more advanced sentence structure as well. Or if you're interested, I'm still accepting a few more private students. You can find the email in my profile. So just to recap shortly, always remember 1. Subjekt, verb, objekt. 2. V2-regeln, the V2 rule, where the verbs come second. Fundament, and which words you can put in the fundament place. Adverb, and the importance of putting them after the first verb. Questions. With question words, the verb is in second place. However, with yes or no questions, the verb comes first. And please keep in mind that this is all for huvudsatser, main clauses. For bisatser, I will have to make a separate video, so please let me know in the comments if that's something you would be interested in. Remember to start simple. It's better to say a simple sentence, correct, so that everyone understands, than to try to make it unnecessarily complicated. Tack för att du tittade. Thank you for watching. And please remember to like and comment. It helps me so much and I appreciate all of your comments, all of your likes. Please know that I check everything. Tack och vi ses!